Alright, back with another video for you today, shooting in a different location, and I really like shooting here because the windows are really great. I've got windows going down both ways, this way, and I'm using this corner to shoot this video because it's really bright in here, although as of the shooting of this video, the sun has kind of gone under the clouds and it's not as sunny, but it keeps coming in and out. But either way, I'm talking about a new fragrance from the house of Maison Margiela today. It's Under the Stars, this one right here. So when I shot my video of soon to drop fragrances or new fragrances launching themed videos, I mentioned this one in there and I didn't realize it was a Harrods exclusive. So I bought this at Harrods recently on my 4-hour trip to Harrods with my 24 hours in London day layover from San Francisco to Florence. I didn't realize this was also an exclusive while I was buying this. They did not tell me it was an exclusive fragrance to Harrods, but I did find out it's an exclusive fragrance when I did my research on this fragrance online, and on the Harrods website it does say exclusive to Harrods. Personally though, I don't think this is going to be exclusive to Harrods for a long time. I think it might be a limited time exclusivity because I don't think this is anything special to make an exclusive Harrods fragrance. I think this will get the rollout all over the world sometime soon. But either way, find out all about Under the Stars from Maison Margiela coming right up. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian. Have you gotten your nose on Under the Stars yet from Maison Margiela? Are you a fan of Maison Margiela fragrances? Do you enjoy their fragrances? I did enjoy the last fragrance, On a Date. It was kind of on the light side. Hey, these are eau de toilette fragrances, but that one was a kind of a fruity, modern take on a sheep brick created by Carlos Benayem. Here with Under the Stars, it's kind of similarly eau de toilette, but it is oud leather, so it kind of comes off a bit stronger than On a Date. But still, I don't think this is really beastly for me. It's pretty kind of light, kind of an oud fragrance to wear. I've worn it about 3 times now, and all 3 times I am overspraying the fragrance. It's not beefy whatsoever. To me also, this is not animalic, whereas some people might think it is. It doesn't come off animalic whatsoever. It's just mostly about oud with a leather and also some spices and then amber touches. Along the way, you'll also experience some Cypriol touches, which is kind of vetiver patchouli-like and things like that. But in the end, it's a nice ambery, covered oud fragrance that's fairly easy to wear. But I should say this is my opinion on this. Those of you that are not too experienced with oud, this might come off animalic, it might come off strong and things like that. But those of you that have an advanced palate, this one will be, kind of faint. The other thing I should say about this fragrance before I get to the notes and things like that, this is the kind of oud that I think kind of reminds me of fragrances like M7. Whereas that is oud and orange and myrrh and things like that, so it's got resinous ambery touches. Here it doesn't have much in the way of citruses, but it has lots of ambery touches, the oud, the spices, and warmth and things like that. So the leather, of course, as well. So for me, it acts like something that's fairly easy to wear. So Under the Stars is a Harrods exclusive currently. It's a 2023 launch. It's a woody amber leather fragrance. I could not find a perfumer for this one. Hopefully soon I will, so I can add it in the info box. It features notes of Labdanum Resinoid, oud Infusion, leather accord, Cypriol essence, Virginian cedarwood, black pepper essence, cinnamon leaf essence. So the cinnamon leaf idea was really, really great for me. This does not act very cinnamony. To me, it acts more like nutmeg because the cinnamon is not so strong. Perhaps the other notes kind of tone down its cinnamon-like qualities. It's for sure spicy and also peppery spicy because the pepper is more substantial for me here than the cinnamon. And I was kind of expecting a bit of a holiday-ish vibe with the fact that there's cinnamon here. It didn't act that way whatsoever, which is fine. It does come off spicy. It does, contribute its nice spiciness to the ambery touches and the woody, leathery touches. But it's not necessarily that holiday-ish vibe I was kind of hoping to get. So that's why it's kind of acting a bit more nutmeg-like, whereas I always think nutmeg is very non-distinct kind of a spice. It has its unique characteristics. Cinnamon really screams, and I kind of was hoping for that kind of a screaming kind of a spice, like a red hots kind of a spice, but I don't get that with this one. In the end though, the oud is really prominent, but it's more of a woody oud rather than oudy oud. To me, this is not animalic whatsoever. It is definitely leathery, but it is not necessarily animalic. I don't get much animalics with this one whatsoever. And again, it could be who's used to fragrances and what level you're at with fragrances. Someone that's starting their journey new and are kind of dabbling in oud here and there might consider this not only animalic, but also very heavy for a fragrance. Oud in general, woods do come off heavy. So this, to me, it doesn't. It acts pretty faint. And that's why I feel like you'll need to overspray this one. The 3 times that I wore it, I really oversprayed. And one time I went with some friends to a restaurant in their car, and it didn't fill the car up with smell. It doesn't have those kind of like room filler qualities. It is an eau de toilette after all. The other thing I should say, this does faintly remind me of the previous Maison Margiela oud fragrance called the Cross Sands. To me, the oud is very similar. So maybe they use the same perfumer, I don't know. But the oud reminds me of it, whereas Cross Sands was a bit fruitier, more like date fruit because it had a prominent date note. This one, it has some sweetness. We're getting it from the ambery touches, but it's not necessarily sweet, but it is oudy from the oud, which is what's reminding me of a Cross Sands. Is this a good fragrance? I think it's pleasant. It's nice to wear. It's a nice, easy to wear oud. I wanted a little something more. It's not necessarily overly intense. I've worn it in heat, and in the heat, I can totally wear this one. It still doesn't act very, very strong. It's been pretty hot here in Europe, so I've had an easy time wearing this fragrance, and it doesn't interfere with me whatsoever. And I like the fact that this does have that kind of similar designer-esque oud quality, and the fact that to me it's similar in wear to something like M7, which I was a fan of, and it's fairly hard to get nowadays here in the States, or I'm not in the States right now, but if you're in the States, I think it's still available here and there in Europe, but I think M7's been removed from distribution at YSL. But it does kind of give me that similar vibe, very easy to wear oud. It's nothing very beastly, simple for an entry-level oud kind of a thing. And if you're new to fragrances, as I said, and you're just now dabbling in oud, this might be a great oud as an entry-level oud. And it might be that you think it is animalic. I'm not getting that, so use with caution, I should say, before you jump for a full bottle. But it should satisfy those of you that are just starting out with oud fragrances and you want an entry-level oud fragrance. Again, I don't get much of the animalic qualities with this one. Some of you might, and some of you that are not used to wearing ouds and leather and things like that might find it really off-putting, but this is very, very easy to wear oud for me. I like wearing it, but I'm a bit bored of it. It's not that exciting. So anyway, I think you guys should get your nose on it, because I posted about this on Instagram. A lot of you guys said you like or enjoyed Cross Sands from Maison Margiela, and you're missing it, the fact that it's no longer, it's discontinued. It might still be selling in Europe as well, but I know it's completely gone from all over the USA. It's hard to get those fragrances. So if you're enjoying Cross Sands and you're missing it, maybe this might satisfy. You might try it and see if it kind of comes close to it. To me it does, but they're not identical. Again, it's not necessarily as fruity as Cross Sands. The only thing that I'm getting similar here is the warmth, because it is a warm fragrance with all the amber and the spices, the cinnamony spices, or in this case kind of reminding me of nutmeg, and the fact that there's that sweetness as well, which is kind of there. But this is not as sweet as the other fragrance. In the end, I'm happy with it. I'm a little bored of it. It's not very, very exciting, but I wanted to get a bottle and talk to you guys about it and let you know all about it. And as I was saying, I have a feeling this will make its debut out everywhere. I personally don't think this is that special of a fragrance to make an exclusive fragrance for Harrods. Harrods does all these exclusive fragrances for them by different brands, and they usually put it in a green bottle, and this one's coming in a regular bottle. No greenness here whatsoever, and because of that I have a feeling this will make its way out all over the world where Maison Margiela fragrances are sold. And the fact that it's a bit underwhelming, nothing to write home about, very easy to wear oud, and something that belongs in the collection of Maison Margiela fragrances. One other thing, the reason I think this is going to make its debut the rest of the world and not going to stay an exclusive for Harrods, it's eau de toilette. I mean, I don't usually see these exclusive fragrances for Harrods that are eau de toilette. They usually create something very, very special and put it in a special box, presentation, and things like that for Harrods. This is a very simple, easy to wear oud fragrance from Maison Margiela, and it comes in its own original packing. So that's not anything special, I think. So yeah, I think you should see this soon. This is my opinion. I don't have any information. I don't have any, relationship with Maison Margiela fragrances. I just think this is going to become a fragrance for everyone after the limited time that is exclusive to Harrods. Anyway, those are my thoughts on this fragrance, new fragrance, Under the Stars. And that's another thing I should say. I don't get anything under the stars like with this fragrance. Maybe I do. I don't know. It is actually in provenance and period. It says Namibia 2022. Fragrance description, it says oud and leather. Style description, memory and a fragrance. I don't know. What is the relationship with all of these? I don't get the connection. It's kind of a dry, lightly sweetened, spicy oud fragrance that's very easy to wear. Anyway, those are my thoughts on Under the Stars. Let me know your thoughts on Under the Stars. Put a comment down below so I can find out. Thanks so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions or comments, please list below. Please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be back very soon with more videos. And as you can see, it's gotten really, really bright. The sun's shining on me, so the sun's been going and coming and going and coming. So by the time we do another video, it'll be dark again. Anyway, see you guys later. Bye. All right, just a little more about why I think Under the Stars is not going to be an exclusive fragrance to Harrods for the long time. As you can see, the packing, very similar to other packaging. They haven't done anything very special here to make this fragrance a very special exclusive fragrance. So that's why I think this is only exclusive for a limited time, and it'll eventually launch everywhere very, very soon. Whereas some fragrances say exclusive to Harrods for a long time, years and years and years. This one, I think, should get an official launch by the holidays. I'm thinking. Hopefully that's true. We shall see. I could be totally wrong with this, but I personally think this is going to not stay an exclusive to Harrods for too long. Anyway, see you. Bye.